Thanks for having us, sir.
So just remind us, I don't think you hedge on jet fuel. So how costly is this going to be?
So no, we do not hedge, but we have a structural hedge in that we're the America's greenest airline. And so we spend 10 gallons of fuel to move a seat 1,000 miles, whereas most of the industry uses about 15 gallons. So we save a considerable amount of fuel just structurally. So while we're not immune, it's a lot easier for us to cover the costs in this environment.
How are you dealing with it as far as passing it along to the consumer? Because demand right now is very strong, I would imagine. So are you able to pass it on in terms of higher prices?
Absolutely. We've actually said recently, we have seen the highest sales that we've seen through the pandemic, both in total dollars as well as what customers are paying per fare plus their non-ticket. And it's actually exceeding 2019 levels. And so we believe at this current rate, even with the high fuel prices, we believe we can be profitable this summer. So I think what everybody forgets, Sarah, is that, yes, inflation's going up, but incomes are coming up significantly as well. And so we see an arbitrage potential where you've got this really strong, robust demand that's roaring back. People have more money than they've ever had. And so while we have we'll have to gently raise our fares. The relative cost advantage versus our peers has never been this good since I've been in the business. So we think customers are still going to get a good value, but shareholders will as well because we can cover the incremental cost.
So are you saying then demand is so good and you've seen wages, for instance, rise so much that you're not seeing any resistance or pushback from the consumer on higher fare prices? Is that in all parts, all routes?
No, we're seeing, uniformly across the board, we're seeing, significant demand that we've never seen before. And in fact, it's like I said a while ago, we're actually starting to exceed sales levels that we saw in 2019. International still held back, but I'm optimistic, just like the masks. I expect those to go away shortly. And if the international testing goes away, I think you'll see the international recover as well.
I know you guys have been in favor of getting rid of the mask mandate. What will that mean for airlines? Do you think we'll see even stronger demand? Do you think we'll see fewer incidences of bad behavior? How are you looking at it?
Well, the majority of the bad behavior is completely, related to the masks and kind of enforcing that. I was just talking to a bunch of flight attendants yesterday, and they want this gone so bad. And so I think the science has changed, right? The virus has changed. The severity is not there. And so there's still some vulnerable people, and you can even get an N95 today. So if you want to wear a mask, just like if you want to get vaccinated, it's there. But the enforcing this and getting in fights on board, that needs to go away. The science just doesn't support it. I don't think the political science supports it anymore. So it's time to remove the mask mandate.
How close are you to full utilization of airlines, which has also been a really important theme?
Yeah, so we're probably 90% of our full potential, if you will. And we're going to probably keep it there until we can get the equilibrium of supply and demand over the next few months. But we've said, that we'd like to return to full utilization by the end of the year so that for 2023, we're at full utilization.
And finally, we talked to Spirit Airline CEO last week, and he doesn't expect any headwinds when it comes to regulatory challenges to the deal, the merger between Spirit and Frontier. Even the American Airlines CEO told us that he doesn't see it as a problem. What will happen to fares if you are allowed to merge? Will they go lower, or in this kind of inflationary environment, is that impossible?
Well, on a relative basis, yes. I mean, we're going to have to cover fuel. That's a reality. But on the things that we can manage, you should see, fares, lower to more places for more customers because of the savings that we're able to do. And the combined entity, as we've said, everybody wins. The consumer's going to win with lower fares and even more reliable service. So it's really good. It's good for shareholders. It's great for our employees. So everybody wins with this. So we're really excited to work through the process with the government on it.
And as all the airlines are hiring again, have you seen any problems when it comes to attrition of pilots or anything like that? Because, ramping up this capacity at a high speed with such strong demand is a big deal.
Yeah, so there's shortages in just about every part of the economy, right? I mean, yes, there's been pilot shortages, there's been mechanic shortages, there's been ticket agent and ramp handlers, but we're slowly working through those, and I think the industry will get past this. But yes, you've probably got another 6 months to 18 months of challenges across the industry. But the answer is, in many cases, you just need people to come back to work, and we're starting to see that.